We believe the Torah is a living document. Through the Torah, God speaks to us. For more than 3,000 years, Jewish people have been studying a portion of the Torah each week, and in it is contained the inspiration and the direction needed for that particular time. Parshas Vayeirah tells us the story of Avraham Avinu, of Abraham and Sarah, our matriarch. And their lives serve as an inspiration for us. As Nachmanides puts it, Maaseh Avos Siman Labanim, the things that happened to them and the things that they did serve as inspiration and as direction for us. And if we look carefully at these stories, we can find inspiration in our lives today. It's not a history book. It's not something that once took place. This is God speaking to us here and now in 2007. In Parshas Vayeirah, the second chapter in the story of Avraham and Sarah, we read about the birth of Yitzchak, a miraculous occurrence. A birth that made a difference not only in the family of Avraham and Sarah, but made ripple waves, an effect throughout the entire world. Kol hashemei yitzachakli. Whoever heard of Yitzchak's birth laughed together with Sarah. And he was called Yitzchak because his birth and his being brought about a sense of joy. People began to believe. They said miracles do happen. And Yitzchak grows up, and something very disturbing takes place. Vateirah Sarah has been Hagar HaMitzris. Sarah sees that the child of Hagar, Yishmael, is mitzachek. He's playing games. And these games disturb her. And she comes to Avraham and says, Goresh ha'ama hazais, Yishmael has no place in my home. He must be removed. Hagar must be removed. And Abraham's response is less than enthusiastic. Vayeirah hadavar ma'od. It seems very bad to Avraham Avinu. He's very uncomfortable. And Sarah insists, and God weighs in. And God says, Kol asher toimar Sarah shma b'koilo. Whatever Sarah says, you must listen to her. And we might ask, where's the love? Where's the compassion? Where's the concern for another human being? You don't like how somebody treats your child. That's not a reason to prosecute them or persecute them. That's not a reason to throw somebody in the street. Work with them. Talk to them. Educate them. How is it possible that Sarah Imenu throws a child in the street? How is it possible that Sarah Imenu bars somebody from entering the home instead of reaching out? That seems to go against the essence of everything that Avraham and Sarah lived for. But there's a very important lesson here. And it's a lesson that's very timely and very topical. Some games can be very dangerous. Our commentaries tell us that the word mitzachek insinuates promiscuity, it insinuates idolatry, and finally, it insinuates murder. Dangerous games that Yishmael was playing. And when you see somebody playing with your child's life, when you see somebody playing with your child's education, when you see somebody tinkering with your child's mind and soul, then you as a parent must take a tough stand. Then you as a parent have to ensure that your child will be raised properly. And that is the lesson of Sarah Imenu. That when people play dangerous games with the souls of our children, that we need to stand up and say this is wrong. It doesn't mean to hurt somebody. It doesn't mean to be violent to somebody. But it means to close my doors. And it means that in my house, this is not going to be acceptable. It was a big revelation last week. J.K. Rowling declared that Dumbledore is gay. And the shocked audience gasped and then cheered. And you might say it's just a game. The whole Harry Potter series is a game. It's a fantasy. It's innocuous and it's innocent. But Torah tells us otherwise. The Harry Potter series is full of Satanism. It ultimately is rooted in ancient pagan idolatry. And now the Harry Potter series has taken on a new and a devious meaning with sexual immorality. We're not suggesting that people who choose alternative lifestyles should be persecuted. We're not suggesting they should be hurt. But we believe that we have the right to close our home. We have believed that we have not only the right, but the moral imperative to raise our children with morality, with the teachings of Torah. And if somebody's mitzachik, if somebody's playing games with my child's mind, then I, as a parent, have the responsibility to throw the Harry Potter book out of my house. If J.K. Rowling has agendas, liberal agendas, and if she has snuck into the schools, the nurseries, the homes of millions of people across the world, and now she is going further and poisoning their mind and their soul with her take on morality or the lack thereof, then I, as a parent, have to learn to follow Sarah Imenu. It's not comfortable. It's not comfortable to be politically incorrect. It's not comfortable to get up and say this is bad and wrong. It's much more comfortable and convenient to be tolerant and to be loving. Avraham Avinu didn't have the moral conviction, but Sarah Imenu did. And God says, Kol ha-shetemer elecha Sarah shma b'koila. And we need to listen to the voice of Sarah that reverberates over millennia and reminds us that some games can be very dangerous. And that as parents, when you see a game like that, you need to make sure, Goresh is ben ha'oma hazois. That has no place in our home. I have the right and the moral imperative to raise my children in the traditions of our ancestors. And if it means taking a tough stand, and if it means standing up to that which I feel is wrong and immoral, that's what Hashem expects of us. That's the right thing. And if we make those tough decisions, then we too can merit to raise children like Yitzchak. Children who will carry on the flame of our sacred traditions. Children who will move forward with the fervor of our spirituality until the world will be perfected through the coming of Mashiach Tzidkenu. B'mheira v'yameinu amen.